Okay. Greetings everyone, it's Michael Anastasiadis here from Bosanoff Mortgages, Mortgages Made Easy, coming to you live with a bit of a different video this week. I'm not doing a mortgage and interest rate update because, yay, there's been no change to the interest rates. But I'm just going to share with you a lot of conversations I've been having lately with property investors and how the numbers aren't working for them, and really why I'm not expecting to see many property investors come back in the market. So I'm just going to run through this little example that I've got here that I've been dealing with some, and I've just changed the numbers just so you guys can get a feel on why it's just not working for property investors. So for most of them, let's assume they've got plenty of equity in their property, they've got good incomes, because a lot of them don't just have a spare 35% deposit lying around to go in and buy a property. So what they have is, we're using equity in their property, existing property or existing properties, to then go and buy the investment property. So let's just be, and I might not be realistic here, but let's just use the example I've got here. Let's say they find an investment property for $650,000. We need to borrow that whole $650,000 from the bank, from either equity in their own place, say 35%, and the other 65% from another bank, or the whole 100% from one bank. Either way, however you slice and dice it, we need $650,000 from the bank. Let's say we can get a 30-year mortgage, and with most cases we can. And again, let's assume we get lucky and we get an interest rate of 6.99%. So the repayments on that $650,000 over 30 years per week, if we look at principal and interest, it's $992 a week. If we get interest only, and there's no guarantee that the bank will give you interest only, but assuming they do for maybe 2 or 5 years, and then you've got to go on principal and interest. But let's say we get interest only, the repayments on that mortgage is $873 a week, and this is on a loan for $650,000. So let's say you rent it out, and I spoke to a property manager today. Hi Fraser, if you're watching, thanks for your tip with this. If if it's a good property, unlikely at $650,000, but if it's a good property, you might get $700 a week in rent. So you're about $200 a week short if it's on interest only, or $300 on principal and interest. That's just to make the mortgage repayments. You then got to put in rates on top of that, insurance, you've got to put away some money for repairs and maintenance, and then you've got to have a property manager, because the rules are too complicated for most of us to be compliant with all the rules. So look, that's my little example here on how the numbers don't stack up for most investors at the moment. And yes, if National do gets in, I think prices will go up. But also, if Labor stays in, I also think house prices will go up, because the demand is there. It's not going away from first home buyers and new migrants that are looking to buy as well. So demand's not going away, guys. So if you're a first home buyer and you're getting a mortgage of $650,000, and let's just say you've put in $200 of your own cash, paying the $992 a week and the rates and insurance is more palatable to you than paying $700 a week or $800 a week wherever you are in rent. So those numbers work for the first home buyers, but in most cases they don't work for investors. Anyway, if you want to have a chat with me to do the numbers for yourself, either for an investment property or a first home buyer, feel free to get in touch. Be more than happy to help you out and run through the numbers. And if things go well, we may even be able to send out an application and get you pre-approved to buy a property while prices are still low. Anyway guys, a bit of a different video from me. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, press that like button, press that share button, and we'll be back live with another video in due course. In the meantime, stay warm, stay dry, and if you're in Wellington, don't get blown away.